Hello and welcome to the 7th installment of the series, Pokemon Online Battle, and today is an NU battle, and yeah, kinda got bored of RU, so I'm back to NU. Just need a little break, I guess, and sorry for not uploading very many stuff this week, or last week, because I missed a drum cover, and that is kinda sucky, so I apologize for that, but I pinky promise that there will be a drum cover tomorrow, or even perhaps today. So, without further ado, let's just get on with the battle. So, I'm against nobody here. Nobody cares about his opinion. So, I lead off with my Shelmet here, because I saw that every Pokemon on his team is affected by spikes, so just right away I'm just going to get up as many layers of spikes as possible, and he just paralyzes with his Lopunny, switches onto his Cradily, and starts setting up rocks. So right now I effectively have three layers of spikes on the field, and they are here to stay because he does not have any spinners. So right now we're kind of at a stalemate, and I'm just bug buzzing. He's hidden powering me, and I have +2 in defense because I use acid armor. So he's using hidden power fire or flying. I'm guessing it's fire because nobody uses hidden power flying, and I'm just going to keep on bug buzzing. And this isn't going to go anywhere for a while because we both have recover. Right there I went for the recover, but I got parahaxed, but his hidden power is not going to be able to take me out, and Shelmet is just really bulky, and I just picked it randomly for this team because I thought it looked cool or funny, and it just reminded me like something from SpongeBob. So it's just really stally right here, and it's kind of the downsides of NU. It's kind of slow paced because everything is really weak. But I'm just going to decide to break these shenanigans eventually and switch out, because we just had a stalemate, and Mystery Viss can toxic that thing to oblivion. So Hidden Power Fire is not going to do very much to Mystery Viss because it's bulky. Yeah, that's the word. I miss a toxic, and that's kind of like my signature thing, missing toxics, and mixing is it's just what I do. 10% chance of missing toxics. Call me lucky. So yeah. On the second toxic, he switches onto his Lopunny, and I just get that thing on the switch-in, and I don't want to get paralyzed again, so I switch out into my Shelmet, and apparently he just encores, and I don't know what Lopunny does, but it doesn't seem like it's working, so I guess that's good for me. So, at this point, I don't care if Shelmet dies, or I just want to scout what that Ampharos does, but he shows me that he has agility, and here is when I start going to panic mode, so I just bug buzz that thing, and I want him to kill my Shelmet, but I switch out for some reason, and my Electabuzz to take the electric move, and although it is resisted, it brings me down to half health with rocks damage included. And Hidden Power Ground takes out about half, and Focus Blast is going to be enough to finish off my Electabuzz. And that's kind of sad that a Shelmet is doing more than an Electabuzz in NU. So I bring my Persian in, and he switches out into his Cradily, takes a buttload of damage from the spikes, and nothing from the fake out. So I just taunt that thing so it can't do recover, or curse, or whatever that set is. Well, it's not curse, but you get the point. So I just U-turn out into my Armaldo so I could get the stab, super effective X-Scissor. And he gets an energy ball off before he goes down, which brings me down to about half health. Well, apparently it doesn't go down, and I'm terrible at narrating, and he just fodders out his Ampharos instead. So, whatever next comes in is going to take 25% from spikes, and that's a Floatzel, and this thing is probably banded, so I switch in my Shelmet as Death Father, and it doesn't die. That kind of defeats the purpose of Death Fodder. And 2 waterfalls is going to be enough to kill off my Shelmets. So I'm guessing that thing is banded, so here I just go for the Fake Out and scare it out, but his Cradily comes in, and Fake Out does take it out with the Spikes damage. Dunsparce comes in, and you should not underestimate this thing. I don't want my Persian to be hacked to death. So, I look on my team and I see that Mystery Viss is probably the weakest link here. So I send in Mystery Viss to kind of get flinched to death. Now here I made a kind of a big mistake. I went for the Pain Splits instead of going for the Toxic. So, he gets a coil up, and here I toxic it. And, I probably should have toxic it in the first place because I risked being parahaxed to death. Or paraflinched to death. And this is where the paraflinch happens, and Mystery Viz just suffers a lonely and painful, slow death by being tossed by pebbles. He's being stoned to death. How very sad it is. And that's life for you. Yay. So, this battle is getting pretty long here, and Persian is going to take that thing out with the fake out, and this thing is missalved. It has bite instead of return, and kind of mattered, but not really. You'll see. So I just U-turn out because I don't want Persian to die, because dead Persians suck. So I'm like right here, I'm like GG. Shell Smash, get the sweep up, and I'll call it a day. So, here, I just follow up my Shell Smash with a Waterfall, but Floatzel is still faster than Caracosta after +2, which is pretty pitiful, and Caracosta just dies without doing anything, so Shell Smash is very overpowered, as you can tell. So Lopunny dies from Spike's damage and a fake out, and so does Floatzel. And his last Pokemon is a Fracture, and that thing, I do not want that thing to Dragon Dance, so I taunt it, and if I didn't taunt right there, it would probably have been his game, but I just U-turn out into my Amaldo, and he's gonna go for the Dig for some odd reason. If he went for Outrage or something, then he might have had a better chance, but I just finished that thing off with a Stone Edge, and that is GG. Nobody. Since I battled nobody, this battle probably doesn't even exist, so if you enjoyed this, good for you. High five, or Internet 5. And I'm going to stop rambling now, and so, yeah, toodaloo, yeah. Toodaloo, yeah. Indeed.